Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. I'm Office Bloke Daz.
I'm Sophie.
I'm Gaynor.
I'm Office Bloke Aidan.
Okay, before we start, don't forget like and subscribe as well, otherwise Sophie will come and get you. Right?
I'm not leaving, I'm going to get people this time.
Yeah.
Yeah. She'll be gone, but she'll come and get you. She'll find out where you live and come and get you. Okay, we're going to do a bit of comedy here. I don't know this guy. It just flashed up on the feed and I thought we'll give it a try. We tried with, what was his name we did the other day?
Rafi Bastos.
Rafi Bastos, we'd never heard of before.
No.
And I did a little bit of research on him after we'd done it. And he's a massive comedian in Brazil.
Yeah.
He's huge.
Yeah.
He was really good to be
I
fair.
love
He's
Very
very,
funny.
very, very
So-
funny. So I don't know who this guy is, don't know anything about him. Ralph Barbosa.
I'm going to give him a go.
I've never heard of him.
Is
but
he, are
he's-
you guessing he's Brazilian as well?
I don't think so.
No.
I just had nothing to do with it. It might have come up because of that. So because I've been watching some Rafi Bastos, this might have come up because of that.
Like a suggestion
Yeah,
kind
it's a
of thing.
suggestion thing. That's what it did. It come up on my feed as a suggestion.
Exciting.
As people know, I do watch a lot of comedy. I try and sort of like slow down a little bit now so we can react to it.
Yeah.
So I can get the full version of it. So like I say, don't know anything about this guy and assume none of you guys do.
No, never heard of
So
him.
it's a longer one as well. It's almost 12 minutes. So we're going to put why Ralph Barbosa gave his doctor a 1-star review. Should be can you even do that? Can you give your doctor a 1-star review?
But I'll take my notebook with me so I can write
Yeah.
little joke ideas.
Sophie, rewind.
I know, I'm like,
You can rate your doctors in America, because if you remember, when I was pregnant with Declan, I didn't know that I had to interview paediatricians. Like when you have a baby in the UK, there's a doctor and that's the doctor you go to, whereas in the US you have to go and interview them and find a doctor.
Yeah.
So I'd interviewed this doctor and he seemed okay. Then I had a problem with Declan biting other children, so I went to the doctor and said, I'm really worried, I don't know how to stop it, I don't know what to do. And he went, I had a problem with my dog when he used to bite, and I just said, no, stop, now. And I thought, maybe this is not the doctor for me.
She went to the vet. Yeah. Anyway, Ralph Barbosa, let's go.
I've been going out to eat by myself lately, but I'll take my notebook with me so I can write little joke ideas. And I noticed, like in different parts of town, sometimes people will try to guess what I'm writing in the notebook. Like whenever I'm in hood type areas, people are usually like, oh, he's writing raps. But whenever I'm in like a nice uptown Starbucks, then people are like, oh, he's writing raps. One time I was like in a very like quiet, low-key coffee shop, and this girl comes up to me. She's like, hey, excuse me, are you writing poetry? I was like, no, I'm writing raps. I tried to hide my notebook, and she tried to peek over my shoulder. She was like, how come it says jerk off right there? I was like, don't worry about that. The streets is crazy. People die jerking off there. Try to eat healthy. Like I'm a type 1 diabetic, and a lot of people don't believe me when I say that. I think it's because I'm real slim. You know, it's kind of like hearing a really ugly dude tell you he got herpes. Because people just look at you like, you got it? Like you think you got it, or a doctor told you got it? The doctor did tell me. I was diagnosed like at 6, and I had that same doctor from when I was 6 up until I was 18, which is a long time to have one doctor. So when I left, I thought it'd be nice to leave him a review on his website. So who knows him better than I do, you know? I was like, this man was my doctor for the last 12 years. And I am still diabetic. 1 star. I left him 1 star because of the nurses he had working for him. They used to try to lift you up, but I didn't like it. Because they'll say things like, you know, in time, you could actually find that diabetes could be somewhat of a blessing in disguise. I think I'd rather have just a regular blessing. The disguise part is really messing with my blood sugar. You're a horrible nurse. But I took her advice. Like years down the line, though, I was at a bar and some of my friends started a little fight. And this dude pushed me. So in my head, I was like, diabetes. I didn't want to fight him, so I said, hey, man, you don't want to do this. I'm diabetic. And this is one of those little things that sucks about living in America. He goes, me too, and it punched me in my face.
That's pause. This guy's got a great delivery.
Yeah, I know, yeah.
His style, I love his style. Oh, I don't know if he must be, I don't know how old this video is or if he's a new comedian, but he looks relatively young.
Yeah, he does.
Doesn't
Yeah.
he?
He looks tiny.
But his delivery is bang on.
Yeah.
Isn't it?
It's always better when the comedian doesn't laugh or anything like
Yeah,
that.
the
Just straight
pan-faced.
face.
And one of my favourite styles of comedy as well is when they slow it right down.
Yeah.
Jesselnick does
Yeah,
that.
he
Yeah.
does.
He
Yeah.
slows
Yes.
it right down. So I think, you know, people, there's other people as well that have done it in the past, but this, I love this guy already.
Yeah.
Great guy.
In my face. I've never cared about like a weight problem or a diabetes problem in this country, but when that happened, I was like, this is out of control, man. It's diabetes. I saw it as like, come on, man, we gotta stick together, but he saw it as like, nah. 2 types walked in, 1 type's walking out. I go out to eat a lot. I've been having this problem at restaurants where I get skipped in lines pretty much every time by white women. Not saying I'm angry, I'm just saying, it's usually you guys. But I don't think it's a race thing. Like, I don't think white women are skipping me because I'm Hispanic. I think white women are skipping me because I'm short and Hispanic. Like, hear me out. You see a 6-foot Latino dude standing in line, that dude has the potential to be tall, tan, handsome. You respect that man's place in that line. But they see me, 5'7" Hispanic dude in line, and their mind, they're probably thinking, he probably works here. I'm just getting front. I don't say anything though. I don't really think it's a big deal. If anybody's wrong in the situation, it's me. Because if it's a good-looking white girl, I'm like, man, whatever. But if it's like a white woman that has a ring on her finger, then I'm like, racist. I don't say anything though. I feel like I learned my lesson once. Because I skipped a white woman once. And I got in front of her and she goes, you're gonna regret that. I was like, whatever. I didn't think nothing of it. I brushed it off. Then like 2 days later, I went to my old neighborhood to visit my grandma, and they turned their house into a yoga studio. I was like, ah. They fucking got me. Honestly, I kind of like when I get skipped by white ladies. Only the older ones, because they do it with like some guts behind it, some attitude. You know, like older white ladies with the little glasses. They'll get right in front of you and they look back at you like, what? Go ahead, say something. This is a target. Who do you think they'll believe? I'm like, fair enough, fair enough. I don't know where I fit in. I really don't. Like, I can't even hang out with my thug friends anymore. Because we'll be smoking together and then they like to say cool thug shit, but it'll also hurt my feelings a lot of the time. They get real dramatic when they hit the joint and be like, man, dog, you know, when I think about it, all my real friends are either dead or in jail by now. I'm like, give me back my weed, man. Changing my Hulu password, too. That's for my real friends. I got like my suburban friends too, but they're like college kid, preppy type people, very cocky. Like they can never answer questions by saying yes or no. They always gotta say stuff like, you know me, that's weird. That is the strangest way to answer a question. Talked to my buddy James, I was like, yo James, a couple weeks ago, we were hanging out at that bar and you seemed to hit it off with that one girl and I've been meaning to ask you, did you two go home together? He was like, Ralph, you know me, you know me. I was like, dude, she's been missing for like 13 days. I don't know you at all. My educated friends are trying to get me into politics more. They're like, man, you don't ever see these immigrant stories on the news and get upset. You know what I mean? Because our parents were immigrants. Doesn't it make you mad the way they treat people? It's like, I don't watch it, but I mean, I'll try. Because I get it. Everybody has something to be offended by, you know? Like, and I want to be a part of my people. I want to find something to get offended about. I won't be mad. I was watching all the different political channels, but I couldn't care much. Until I started watching CNN. They were doing this special on China. And now I started getting a little offended, right? It caught me. The first thing that caught me, 80% of Americans don't trust President Xi Jinping. And I don't think that's true, because I don't think 80% of us knew China had a president. Called my buddy Peng, because he's from China. I was like, yo, you guys have a president in China? He says, no. He said, it's more of like a chairman position. I was like, oh, well, I don't trust him. And then I kept watching. I said, the biggest threat to our country is the country of China. And that's where I got mad. Because China has not only clothed and fed me for the last 20-something years, but after every meal, they give me a little message of inspiration. China's my biggest threat? No. I'll believe they're my mom before I believe they're my biggest threat. They start pressuring me to vote a lot. I don't like that either. I miss being a little kid, getting pressured into more human things, like gangs, drugs. You knew which one was dangerous. But with voting, you can never pick a right side sometimes, you know? You think you know, and then somebody comes out of the shadows with some hidden facts that they read online. It's hard to know what's true or not. You'll be like, hey, yeah, I'm gonna go Democrat, because I heard they got a good health plan. They're like, no, yeah, they do. It's a good choice. And then out of the shadows, somebody pops up like, but also, they eat children. Oh. Okay, I don't want that. Let me check out the Republican side. And you get the facts on them. Oh yeah, they got a good budget plan. They're really trying to fix up the economy. You'll like it. And then out of those same shadows, somebody pops up with like, but also, they're the ones who purchased the children. Like, I'm good on kids, man. I'm good. I do want to vote. I do want to, but honestly, I want to do it for bragging rights. I feel like one day there's going to be a badass president who legalizes all sorts of cool things across the country. Like mushrooms, weed, prostitutes. Not saying I'm just gonna go indulge in all of these, but I would like to think if, you know, by some circumstance I find myself sharing a legitimate blunt with a legal prostitute as we file her W-9. In that moment, I want to be like, you're welcome, by the way. I voted, I did this. It's just scary. Like, you really do gotta get informed, man. You can't just make a snap decision. Like, I'm 25, but I don't feel like I'm old enough to vote. You know? Like, I want to pick a president, but at this age, like, I'm still learning how to pick good mechanics. I got my wheel alignment the other day by a dude who guessed the price off the top of his head. I just pulled in. I was like, excuse me, sir, how much is it for a wheel alignment? He was kicking my tires. I just looked at him like, I don't know either. But I went with him because he seemed trustworthy enough. But my car drives more crooked now than when I gave it to him. I don't know much about cars or politics, but I do know this. I do know that sometimes people running for office scare me for the same reason that mechanics scare me. Have you ever noticed people who run for office talk about the country the same way mechanics talk about your car? They're like, can I fix it? Yes, but I gotta take it apart from the inside. Really, it's gonna take me some time, especially because look, I don't know if you saw this, but the guy who had it before me, he really fucked this up.
Yeah, good. I liked him a
It's
lot.
decent,
Yeah.
that, wasn't
Yeah,
it?
yeah, I did
funny.
like him. Like I said, never heard of him before. Ralph Barbosa, but I'm definitely going to be keeping an eye out for him.
Yeah.
He's only 25.
Yeah, young
I
lad.
don't know how old the video is. I don't know if it's a recent video.
Yeah.
It looked quite
Was it
recent,
one
didn't
Yeah,
it?
yeah.
Modern, yeah, quite recent.
But it's
Yeah.
that kind of stuff is that kind of comedy is the stuff I like.
Yeah.
Very slow,
Yeah.
waiting for the punchline.
Yeah.
Sometimes a little bit off the what you think it's
to
going to be.
understand as well.
Very
really,
easy,
isn't
yeah.
it?
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah, very took his time. Did everything
Yes.
right there.
Yeah.
Got to polish up a little bit. I think he
Yeah.
in certain areas where
Yeah.
he can do a little bit. I think he did the politics one. I think there's more humour he can get out of that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think he can definitely squeeze that a little bit more.
Yeah.
But for me, he was top comedy.
Yeah.
I enjoyed it.
Yeah, I did as well.
Yeah, I really enjoyed it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good stuff. I hope you guys enjoyed it as well. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and we'll catch you on the next one.
Cheers.
Bye.